can't possibly be worse than the first two films, right? You're watching Beyond the Trailers review of the new Fantastic Four.
It is our duty as human beings to push forward into the unknown. But sometimes you're looking to discover one thing and you find something else.
I just want to fix my friends.
We can't change the past, but we can change the future.
Does anyone really care about the Fantastic Four? I mean, yeah, we're supposed to, because they're the first superhero team Stan Lee ever created, Marvel's so-called first family, but the popularity of the characters has been in decline for years. In fact, I bet you're most familiar with Reed Richards, Sue and Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm from their interactions with other, more popular characters, either as guest stars or in one of Marvel's epic comic book crossover events. Reed Richards and Sue Storm in Civil War, Reed and Sue's son Franklin in Onslaught, Johnny Storm in multiple Spider-Man comics, etc., etc. And while comic book fans were mighty angry to hear that Marvel Comics was discontinuing the Fantastic Four comic because supposedly they don't own the film rights, well, nobody really bothered to buy that last issue either. It came in at number 62 for the month, selling just under 40,000 copies. Maybe Marvel used the whole first family angle to dupe Fox into buying the Fantastic Four film rights in the first place, as the sale was part of a package deal made when Marvel was in desperate need of cash. Furthermore, Fox has been reluctant to embrace the family aspects of the Fantastic Four. While the studio originally considered having Steven Soderbergh direct, with George Clooney and Charlize Theron starring, they ultimately went the safer route of Barbershop and Taxi's Tim Story directing yet another group of superpowered 20-somethings. Plus, TV's Michael Chiklis. Fast forward to today, and the Fantastic Four are still very young, although this time that casting has more merit as the reboot is heavily based on Mark Millar's Ultimate Fantastic Four storyline, which also wasn't a huge seller. Plus, interestingly, Miller is Fox's chief consultant on their Marvel films, and it looks like he recommended his own material. Chronicle's Josh Trank was also brought on to give the film that darker edge which is all the rage these days, yet Trank clashed with Fox to such a degree that the resulting bad buzz lost him his Star Wars gig. Furthermore, this reboot has had to deal with some racial tension, as some fans haven't taken too kindly to Michael B. Jordan being cast as Johnny Storm, which also ties into Star Wars, by the way, echoing some anger over John Boyega being cast as one of that film's leads. Then it's important to point out that there's also an undercurrent of positivity here, believe it or not, with whispers that Fox doesn't seem to realize that this is actually a pretty good film. But it's pretty good enough to stand out in an oversaturated marketplace with characters that were never that popular to begin with and that have lost the few qualities that made them unique originally. Perhaps what's really at stake here is comic book movies in general, and that the fanboy appetite for more movies might not match the mainstream appetite. So, I just got back from the press screening. I've got my Reed Richards glasses on, and I am totally ready to dish on the Fantastic Four, because this is a juicy one. It was juicy before I went to see the movie, because there's been so much gossip about this movie, but it got even juicier after I saw it because I actually kind of liked it. And even more than that, there's clear character assassination going on here with Josh Trank, who I don't feel has gotten a share shake here. So talk about a fascinating situation. Now this is my non-spoiler review. My spoiler review will go up tomorrow and we'll really get into the thick of things. But right now, let me just give you my non-spoiler reaction to Fantastic Four. And again, this is pretty darn good, especially the first 2/3 of it. I would say it brilliantly plays like a sci-fi horror film. But what's most terrifying of all is how the film obviously came to mirror what happened between Fox and Josh Trank, with Fox clearly being the government providing big budgets and toys at a horrible price. And then that leaves the question as to whether or not Josh Trank is Reed Richards, which I'm sure he would prefer to be, or as how he probably sees himself, although actually I'm not sure, or if he is Victor Von Doom. Now, That's a really important point there. Victor Von Doom. That, of course, is the classic name of the chief Fantastic Four villain, their Magneto. But it just is so out of place in the ultra-real environment that Josh Trank has created here that it's laughable. And I think that's a big problem with the movie here. And that's that Josh Trank really wanted to reinvent the Fantastic Four. And as I've said numerous times, including the open to this review, I think the Fantastic Four is in desperate need of reinvention. I think that they're really not doing very well as a property. And so I'm all for what Josh Trank came up with. I think that if he'd been allowed to just go with it, he could have done something that would revitalize not just the movies, but the comic book. But clearly Fox was like, I'm not into this. This is a little too edgy and dark for me. Pull back, pull back. Take the movie away from him. Spread rumors that he's a jerk. I mean, even if he is a jerk, he's good. He's a talented jerk. Just put a line in the contract that if you trash the apartment we rent for you with your dogs, you have to pay for it. But the last third of the movie has the studio fingerprints all over it. I mean, you go from something which definitely has problems. The first 2/3 is by no means perfect. It has huge structural problems. I suspect from losing a lot of footage in a horrible edit. I'm sure that the studio hacked it to pieces, but I think some blame does lay with Josh Trank in that it's a little sloppy, it's a little messy in places, but it's something that we can work with. But then on the last third, the final act, it just becomes so horrible and switches tone to such a degree. I mean, even the soundtrack was just like so god-awful bad. It's like, when a frequency changes and you're like, what happened? I lost the great signal. Oh my God. And you start frantically slapping your TV, but it never comes back. So again, I said I can't go into too much spoiler stuff. I'm dying to talk to you about this. That spoiler review will go up tomorrow. But let me talk about, before I sign off, I do want to touch on each character. But again, no spoilers. I will say, though, that my favorite part of the movie is in the middle of the movie when they're in the secret government complex. It got really creepy and weird there, and I loved every bit of it. So as for the characters, there are too many characters, just way too many characters. That's a big problem with this movie. Now with Reed Richards, talk about scientific phenomenon. Miles Teller was trending today because he came across like such a douchebag in this interview that he did, I believe for Esquire magazine. The people online were actually like, is he the new Shia LaBeouf? And I'm like, oh my God, Miles Teller, where's your publicist? But anyway, it's weird because, and I've interviewed Miles Teller, and he is unlikable in real life. But on screen, the guy is so darn likable. And he is just the heart, well, half the heart. The other heart is Ben Grimm. He is just wonderfully realized here, and he does such a great job with the character of Reed Richards. He really made me like Reed Richards and made him very unique. So I loved his work here. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. I really like the focus on science, by the way. I can't go into too much into it because I want to discuss that in the spoiler review because I don't want to give away plot points. But especially in light of NASA essentially being shut down, it was really cool to see like this new frontier explored with this film. I thought it was a really good track to go on. These were like mad scientists, not just like, usually with the Fantastic Four, it's science, the way Marvel's gone with it with the science bros, but not here. These guys were like Dr. Frankenstein, and I loved it. So anyway, Johnny Storm, Michael B. Jordan, how'd he do? I think he did a nice job, but it's not because of the role. The role is not particularly well written. Again, because there's just too many characters. And also, nothing is done with building the Storm family. There was no reason to make Sue Storm adopted. They didn't really discuss being a family. They didn't seem like a family. It made absolutely no sense. And I think that the Storms were actually the least developed characters in the movie, even though there were 3 of them, counting their dad. But Johnny Storm came across really well because Michael B. Jordan is also incredibly charismatic. The casting here is really top-notch. But also, I liked the visual effects on his character. What was really cool about this movie, it's just so great to see visual effects catch up with the comic book characters we've imagined for so long. It's like when you see a bad Superman movie these days, you're still like, but it's Superman at least. And to see the Fantastic Four in action and like floating in Susan Storm's invisible bubble was just like so cool. It was like Santa? I really, really liked that a lot. They very much were the Fantastic Four. And then as for Sue Storm, wow, they did some changes here that almost made me like just like throw up my hands in disgust and walk out of the theater with the Susan Storm character. I'm debating whether or not to tell you what it is. I think I better not. I better save it for the spoiler, but just wait till you see how they mistreat this character. I was just aghast. This might be some of the worst handling of a female character and downgrading of a female character from a comic book property when it's adapted to another medium that I've ever seen. And I'm including Watchmen in this comparison. It's just, I was aghast. But, you know, Kate Mara, she's okay. I think she was, like, clearly wearing a wig or had a bad dye job for the second half of the movie, and it just, you know, it distracted me. But her powers were also incredibly well realized. As for Ben Grimm, you know, I really still couldn't see Jamie Bell in there, but he broke my heart. I loved him as Ben Grimm. Like, for the first part of the movie, I was like, I'm going to really miss Ben Grimm. He's awesome. And then when The Thing showed up, also, again, I was like, it's The Thing. It was like he walked off the comic book page. But I think that Jamie Bell did such a good job of, really making you feel, for actually everybody did, the horror of their powers and how they were grotesquely distorted as, physically and almost also in their souls. It was really good, really, really good acting from Jamie Bell. I love his thing. You know, Michael Chiklis who? Sorry, Michael Chiklis, but you're going to be on Gotham, so it's all okay. But I would say that this is up there with like Batman Begins and Man of Steel. Hopefully we'll see how the Batman v Superman turns out. But as an origin movie or a starting point for a franchise, it's a little wobbly, but there's so much potential for a sequel. If only they would just let Josh Trank do what Josh Trank wants to do. It's funny, Warner Brothers, with the exception, I think, of Zack Snyder, who I just don't think is enough of an artist, but Warner Brothers, to their credit, I think at large seems to be the best, most artistic-friendly studio out there. Because think about it, Christopher Nolan, George Miller. If other studios supported their directors like Warner Brothers has, we could be getting more Dark Knights and Mad Max Fury Roads. It's just really interesting that we're 2 for 2 this summer after Ant-Man with now this film, where other studios just didn't trust the creative talent they brought on to do what they brought them on to do, and at the last minute, just tore down what those creative individuals, who might be a little difficult, yeah, but what they'd built. And I think if they had supported them instead and guided them and helped them where they needed it and tried to understand their visions, I think the movie world would be a better place. But that's not the world we live in. All right, so that's my non-spoiler review. Look for my spoiler review tomorrow. And as to whether or not I would see Fantastic Four, yeah. It's not a big movie weekend. There's not really much else to see, and I think there's a lot of good here. And I think it's worth your time, at least for a matinee. Go see it at half price. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.